Katy Perry is canceling concerts, and people are saying that her career just might be over, including experts even. Today, we'll tell you why the Blue Origin Jeff Bezos space launch could have just crushed poor Katy Perry and launched her career right back down into the ground. Hello, folks, and welcome back. It is a dandy of a day. We're happy that you've come our way. We are excited to have you. We're getting ready to teach the Holly Weirds a lesson they need to hear, which is how can they be far, far away from anything that destroys their legacies. Katy Perry, get your notebook, get your pencil. We're ready to give you what you need to win again and not have your career crumble like the crumbled cookies of your latest restaurant endeavor. Folks, we only ask that you endeavor to click the like button, maybe even subscribe. We'll dive into whether or not Katy Perry is done and how other celebrities can stay away from melting their wings in the sun like she did. Take a look at this. It's hosted on Yahoo Entertainment. Blast, whatever that is the one that's reporting it. Favor adegoke. Yeah, I'm going to mess that up. It's okay. Apologies there. Katy Perry reportedly risks career extinction after space trip as PR expert warns singer about her brand. All right, so the reason I want to go here is because Katy Perry is now canceling concerts, and there's fallout here. There's something to be learned for Hollywood celebrities from what's happened, because so many times they have pondered that if you can just get people talking about you, all press is good press. Katy Perry is hard pressed, though, to defend this one. It says Katy Perry's career is seemingly at risk as her reputation takes a major hit after her heavily criticized Blue Origin spaceflight. A PR expert has warned that the famous singer could suffer career extinction if she does not take a step back from the limelight. This comes after it was reported that Katy Perry has started to regret going on this trip to space, as her behavior after landing back on Earth drew severe backlash and mockery online. Katy Perry reportedly entering an area beyond career crisis is what it says. According to the Daily Mail, a PR expert has cautioned Perry about her career potentially facing extinction. The famous singer joined Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin all-female crew, which included billionaire's fiancée Lauren Sanchez, CBS Morning's host Gayle King, rocket scientist Aisha Bowe, activist Amanda Nguyen, and film producer Carrie Ann Flynn for an 11-minute trip to space. Okay. But what the story is here is that this could be the final straw and her career could be collapsing. Now, I want people to think about the celebrities who have done such stupid things and they still have relevancy, right? Pedro Pascal is still around, but Katy Perry might not be much longer. Now, Katy Perry, after declaring that she was part of a historic space flight featuring all women astronauts, and the U.S. government came in and declared, no, you're not an astronaut. There are venues now being nixed, and they're claiming that it's because the venues are unfinished. This Guadalajara arena, they've canceled 2 of the shows. This is out of Billboard by Gil Kaufman. It makes you wonder, as these things are starting to get canceled, maybe Katy Perry took her eye off the ball. Maybe instead of sending her up to space, they should have been checking out to make sure that the arenas that she was going to were safe places that could handle crowds and attendance. It also makes you wonder about exactly what's going on if they're canceling the venues. Is it true? Is it not? I don't know. But what I do know is that the lesson for Hollywood celebrities right now, as Katy Perry is being warned her career is coming to a potential end, is that if you go out and you do what Bill Owens at CBS 60 Minutes News did, which is to say, I'm great, look at me, look what I did, I'm historic. If you do that like Katy Perry is doing it, I think people are tired of it. I think they've caught on to the Hollywood elites who do things that aren't deserving of being called elite, and then they take credit for it. Panel, what do you think? Is Katy Perry's career over? Was this so embarrassing, so humiliating that the I Kissed a Girl singer is now going to be singing to far fewer in the future?
She's done a lot of really cringe things over the years, just showing a brazen display of a lack of self-awareness. And the celebrities, I guess a lot of them have not gotten the memo that people are just kind of done with celebrity culture and celebrity worship. Mm-hmm. So now you go and participate in this thing that is just obnoxiously self-indulgent and gluttonous. and then come back and act like it was just this purifying religious experience, and that you were some kind of hero. And people said, "Shut up, sit down, go away." What did you think was going to happen? A bunch of rich people got invited by a rich person who is essentially the human equivalent of Lex Luthor. And you took his interestingly shaped rocket into space. Okay, great. It's Tuesday for everybody else. We got to go to work. I don't want to hear about it. I don't feel bad for her. She's done this for years. I think more of them deserve it, but I don't think it's going to be a permanent thing. I think it's just emblematic of what's going on in modern society. People have bigger, better things to worry about. They're worried about their families, worried about their financial stability. We are tired of watching spoiled children play around and then come back and lecture us like they're better, when frankly, after Harvey, after Hugh, after Diddy, we all know that they have a lot of explaining to do, and that they probably should be getting time out.
Kevin, have you ever been on an airplane before?
I have.
Okay, that surprises me, because given the Katy Perry logic, I would have thought that you understood that when you stepped upon that plane, did it take off? Did it fly?
I'm a pilot now.
Kevin, you're not just a pilot. That was a historic flight. You are up there with the Wright brothers because of what you did. Kevin,
as a black man, nonetheless.
You need to take a bow.
Ever.
That's right.
His name is Apollo.
Seriously, it is. This is. Katy Perry can't get a win. Do you remember, she donated $1 million to charity, and everybody was like, "Wow, that's really great." And then Disney was like, "We're going to give you a night in the Cinderella Castle Dream Suite that normally goes to cancer kids." And so then she posted pictures of herself eating pizza on the bed, and everybody was like, "Wow, you gave $1 million to charity, but you still came out of this looking terrible." That is just this was, as Kevin said, it was self-indulgent, it was elitist, it was nonsense. People have actual concerns in their life, and she's out here talking about she was the first woman in space when the Russians have been sending women into space since before she was born. Can we stop? This was nothing more than cancel pigs in space.
Oh boy.
Can I give a word of advice to Katy Perry about how she could have at least a chance of saving her reputation? I have an idea for Katy Perry, because she can afford to do this. Talk to Jeff Bezos and coordinate with Jeff a way that you can give away this trip to average people, maybe people in need, maybe give kids a wish kid, something like that. Got to keep it safe, but how about they coordinate something where instead of the richest people in the world getting this opportunity, they actually do something and they give the trip away, and then they make everything that they raise for it about giving away to charity. You could, there's the potential. I'm not saying it's going to do it. I'm saying that there's a potential of some level of redemption. But it's just all of this stuff about bragging about how rich you are because you can go touch the edge of space is just ridiculous. And I will say this, though, for just a moment, right after the rocket ship took off, I looked up to Katy Perry. And then a few minutes later, I looked down on Katy Perry. That's where it stands.
Can you imagine having, maybe there are people out there whose family members have been lost in a space tragedy, maybe like the explosions of these spacecraft that have happened in the past. Can you imagine if you're somebody who's lost a loved one, in the exploration of space, and you read an article that says Katy Perry is now a historic astronaut because she and her all-female crew, and it's like they put on their seatbelts and a computer flew them up for 11 minutes, or flew them up for 5.5 and brought them down for 5.5.
Wait, it's a computer. I had always assumed that there was a male pilot up front that they just didn't put the camera on. This is all computer guided.
The computer identifies as male. Yeah, it was completely controlled by a computer system.
Oh my god!
Could you imagine Kristen McCoff's family sitting there watching this? It's
crazy.
The poor woman who died in the Challenger explosion.
I just want to mention that actually in 1961, monkeys trained harder to go to space than people.
Yep.
Well, maybe there's a song on the way about it. I, for one, I want the shark from that Super Bowl. I want the dancing shark to be the next one up on the Bezos phallic rocket.
All I'm going to say is 3 minutes of fun for her is a lifetime of responsibility now.
There you go.
Do you think because Shatner did it and got praise that it's the same for you? You haven't earned what he has, Katy Perry.
Also, we're doing it at the same time as there was a female astronaut who was abandoned and left to die in space and got rescued, and no one spoke to her. They haven't even asked her how her day was.
That because it makes Musk and Trump look good and it makes Biden look bad. So we got to talk about Katy Perry, Kevin. We got to talk about fake stuff, and that's why people hate it. People will be, here's the lesson, celebrities. People will be forgiving of Jessica Simpson even when she doesn't know that chicken of the sea is not literally chickens that swim in the ocean. People will forgive. That's a long time reference. People will forgive that kind of thing. They won't forgive it if you take the valor and the merit of others and claim it for your own, whether it is in situations such as war or conflict, or whether it is in these magnificent voyages. If you claim to be an astronaut and the U.S. government has to come out and say, no, you're not, that's a problem. All right, Katy Perry, we wish you well. We hope that you'll continue to sing. We hope there are people to bring you tickets to the concerts. But celebrities, beware of claiming that you are historic when you might not be. And folks, let the credits roll for this one. Well, it is in the bank. We are done here. We're over and out. But before we go, there's one thing we must shout to you, and we do it in the kindest way possible. Folks, it would be such a pleasure if you could consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, and that notification bell. Click it, stick it to the algorithms. You bet. Don't forget also, as you get ready to leave, drop a comment down below if you have not yet, for we would love to know what's on your mind. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, so waste not yours. Join a community dialogue. Folks, as we get ready to leave, we say to you, and we mean it, keep learning, keep growing, and no matter what the world might do or what your station might be, up or down, you keep having fun.
Hey, Floral, guess what?
You put a fork in Pro's microwave again.
No, that was yesterday.
I don't know that what.
Oh, I've decided to give up on torturing Jonas.
What? Why? In the same way the cat sleeps like 20 hours a day, that was like your purpose.
I know, but I've decided there's bigger fish to fry.
Okay.
Like Lorne. I mean, think about it. Everybody loves him. He's a fan favorite, and frankly, he has almost no weaknesses I can find. Except that he's really smart.
So, you want to annoy the one panelist without a single flaw, because he's smart.
Yeah, like that winged statue at that fancy Paris museum thingy. I want to break the one thing that everyone loves most.
Right. So, kind of like the opposite of Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, exactly. And I get to see her all the time at family reunions anyway.
You get to see Rachel Zegler?
Yeah. She's a total troll. Lives under a bridge, harasses billy goats, the whole 9 yards.
It all makes sense now.
Speaking of which, maybe she'll get me... Okay, I'm gonna call her on my... I'm gonna call her and see if she'll be in the next Indiana Jones. She should be the next Indiana Jones. That'll totally destroy Lord. He loves Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's cruel.
Hey, Rach. I've got a cool idea for you that involves a whip and snakes.
I love that description. It's perfect.
I know, right? Weird, as we always say.